So what we're going to do is go through the panel here. Each panel member is going to talk for 10 or 12 minutes on how their company, their initiatives are impacting the technology in healthcare. We can leave a few minutes for questions and answers after each panel member, depending on how we're moving through time, and then we'll leave a block of time at the end for Q&A. So why don't we start at the end? Johann?
Okay. Thank you, Jim. Hello, everyone. I'm Johann with Biotest Pharmaceuticals, and I'm the Senior Director of Information Technology for the company. There are a number of interesting things going on at Biotest Pharmaceuticals. The company is primarily in the immunology business and biotherapeutics. We're based out of Boca Raton and have a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility there. So the technology is widespread throughout the processes that we adopt in the company. Today I just want to focus on maybe 4 areas so I don't take up all of the time. And hopefully some of this will give you an insight as to what we are doing. The first area, which is huge to our company, is what we call our donor management system. The donor management system is primarily used for tracking and managing collections. And we're talking about plasma collections, which is the raw material that we use for most of our products. And within the donor management system itself, there are a number of areas that technology has helped and continues to advance. In fact, we are looking at totally redoing the way we register our donors and using technology to exploit that, but also make it more efficient and cut down the time a donor takes to register. I'm sure all of you at one point or another, if you've donated blood, have gone through the mandatory questionnaire that you have to answer right at the start of the donation process. Well, advancements in technology now have provided things like touch screen and audio to the process, where you can walk up to a booth that is mostly private. Well, you're by yourself in there, and then you are interfacing with a computer, and you have the option of listening to the question and selecting the right answer, or reading the question and selecting the appropriate answer. So that helps speed up the process, and of course it's validated and assisted if needed by able technicians right at the plasma collection centers. So that's an interesting advancement. You know, I was listening to the lunchtime speaker, Dr. Burdick, and it was very interesting, some of the items on her wish list, which is echoed through my customers too. One of the things that we are also working towards is there's a lot of data entry on the plasma collection floors, and we're moving to a wireless environment, so we get away from the clipboard and the pen and the data entry aspect of it, and we are moving towards systems and plasmapheresis machines that can actually talk to the data entry machines through a wireless network and take out that element of human error. And so we're working towards that. And I thought that was a very neat advancement in technology that will definitely help the process and reduce the number of errors while keeping us compliant. There's also other areas within the plasma management area that help in then post-collection with storage and transport, and finally leading up to manufacturing and sales. So that's in the plasma collections area and the donor management. We also have other areas, for example, our lab information management. We've got a huge lab that helps screen most of the products. And the advancements there that we are integrating right now, again, is automation. Taking out a lot of the old paper and pen. There's a lot of that still going on because there are proprietary instruments and instrumentation that are coupled with computers that are standalone. And then once the the experimentation is complete, someone's got to take the data and manually input it into another system. And so the advancements that we're making in our lab information systems is bringing that component to the web and making systems and instrumentation speak to other systems down in the chain, and again, taking out the human intervention, all within compliance guidelines. So that's a huge advancement in our area, which will help, we think, in production and also more efficiency in the lab. In other areas, we also have manufacturing. I see some vendors around here that use similar or are marketing similar systems. We have an enterprise system that will help us. We're very fortunate that as we look at our forecast, we are planning on ramping up our manufacturing process here in Boca Raton, and we are counting on those systems to help us with our scheduling, capacity planning, utilizing our state-of-the-art manufacturing fractionation purification processes, which are in our manufacturing facility. And again, these are areas that were isolated systems, didn't talk to each other. We're in the integration process right now, all the way from the raw material and the planning to the finished product. We're not at the stage yet where we can move to another advancement in technology. You may have heard the RFID tagging. We're not at that point yet. I'm sure we'll get there at some stage. But I thought I'd just mention that as well in our manufacturing process. So three areas of major focus, exciting times right now. Jim?
There was something that you had mentioned to me earlier about enterprise resource planning.
Yeah.
On that?
Yes, our enterprise resource planning, we use a system that's widespread throughout our business, all the way from manufacturing and raw material selections and putting in the recipes for the different batches that we provide. We have an SAP-based system, and that helps us not only with our manufacturing process but also in the financials and in the sales process. It's very vital to our company. For the ramp-ups that we are planning and forecasting, we have to step up and have technology help us, otherwise we'll never be able to keep up. So there's so much to describe that I'm trying to.
Does anybody have any questions for Johann right now? We have a few minutes before we move on to Patrick. If there's not, there'll be a block of time at the end. So, Patrick Paul, NovaVision, did some very interesting things regarding the repair of brain damage that has been done with nerve cells.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Paul, and I'm with NovaVision. We are located on the FAU R&D Park in Boca Raton. The technology offered by our company is called VRT, or Vision Restoration Therapy. We treat patients who have suffered a permanent loss of their visual field because of some neurological impairment. Typically, it's going to be a stroke or traumatic brain injury. Just imagine for a second if you have lost half of your visual field. You no longer see to your left with both of your eyes, or you no longer see the upper right quadrant, or you have a very narrow tunnel vision. All this resulting from possibly a car accident, IED in Iraq, so we are working with the VA. But that TBI, traumatic brain injury, would represent about 10% of our patients. Stroke is really the primary cause of this type of vision loss. We have two types of